Hi and welcome into another video. Today we'll be further exploring a NestJS framework and we will hop into VS Code and see what we can do with NestJS CLI. Alright, so we are in our VS Code and we have our NestJS project opened, and actually it is a very boilerplate project which actually comes from the NestJS CLI. It only has the main.ts, which is doing a bootstrapping of the Nest application, and has the app controller module and service. So as we discussed before, and the video is on the NestJS playlist, we have an main app module, which then has an app controller with some basic routes and app service with one logic of get hello, returning a hello world string. So let's make the terminal a little bit bigger and let's see Nest CLI. So if we will type Nest, we used it already before. So there are a few basic functions here. Nest new, this is something that we already used. So if we will tap Nest new, we will be asked for some information and it will create a new NestJS project for us. So it will be application name and few other details. The next few stuff is around building and launching the application. So we already saw that we can do, let's say, npm run start dev, that will run this in the development mode. But if we will go to the package.json, we will actually see that the nest start is a wrapper for nest start and npm build is a wrapper for nest build. So let's get back to the CLI. So just to go very briefly through that, npm or nest build will be able to build our nest application for the production needs, and start will just start it. We also have nest info, which displays some project information, like nest info will type that there is some CLI version, we have the OS version, Node.js version, npm version, and some NestJS platform specific versions. And the most important thing about the Nest CLI, it's the generate command which we'll be using a lot and which helps in the development. So we know already that we have an app module, app service, and app controller, and we can hit those queries on the main route, let's say node / something. But what we can do further with that? So we can, let's say we want to implement another route. We are creating a module controller and a service for, let's say, /users route or / whatever. We can create it using the nest generate. So let's firstly generate a module which will wrap the controller and then the service. So let's do nest generate, and as you can see, we have a list here of what we can generate. So there are application, classes, controller, decorators, filter, gateways, and so on. We will be discussing those particular stuff later in other videos, but today we will go with the module, controller, and the service. So let's do nest generate. We can either type module or we can type a shorthand version from this column, the alias one. So nest generate mo or module right now for the sake of clarity, and just the naming. So let's say test. As you can see, created source test module and updated source app module test. We can see here, even on the git changes, that the test module, so src.test, was created, and here is the basic module. And in app module, there was actually an update already made, so that the main app will reference this module. So you can see that this test module is already in imports. Let's generate another part of this. So we will generate a controller, also test. And as you can see, we are creating controller spec. We are creating controller itself and making another object update, but to test module. Let's see how it looks. So we created test controller, so /test. We created a spec for that, so basic just testing file, and we have update to test controller. As you can see in test module, there was already test controller imported, and it was marked in this module as a controller. The last thing that we will generate will be the service itself. So let's generate also a service. So we are creating yet another spec file, service itself, and update to test module. As you can see, test service is already marked as a provider. And here we have a test service and test file for and test service. So we can see that with using those 3 commands, we created module, we created controller, we created a service, and actually it's already good to go. So this controller, we already can create some kind of a route here and make this route accessible. So let's import maybe a get decorator, and here we'll do /get route on the main route of the test controller, and here we will just return this basic string of hello world without, let's say, right now using a service, just to show you how it works. And let's go to the main TS. Let's change the port because I saw that I had it already taken by something. So npm run start dev. We'll have the application running on the port 3000. And let's go back to the browser, and we will type 192.168.131/3001, and at the main route we have this hello route, but this route actually comes from the from this main app module that we app controller that we have here. There is a get hello which returns the hello. So maybe let's modify the test controller. We will do hello world from test controller. And let's launch that. And let's get back here and let's do /test on main route. And as you can see, we are getting hello world from test controller. So this Nest CLI, firstly, it's a common usage of creating a new project, but you will also probably would like to utilize this generate more, because we, as you can see, we created module, controller, and service, and it is already made as a template, ready to go, connected to our application, and you can start developing another part in your NestJS application. So that will be all for today, and see you in new videos.